Stream here. We're getting ready for a Pawnda Rapid Arena. Sorry, Pawnda Rapid Swiss 3. It's so built into me to say arena. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Members of the Pawnda and Horses Club. We get together for our weekly tournament, 7+3 Rapid. I just posted a link to our Tuesday. We're having a meeting to face the tranquilizers and others. This is a Tuesday streamer battle, mega streamer battle, mega battle next Tuesday. Just posted the link in the stream. Astrobait, welcome. What's up? Members of the Pawnda and Horses Club, please come support us next Tuesday afternoon for that. I put that tournament in the link there in the chat for the ongoing current tournament. So guys, Pawnda Swiss Rapid here. Now the current tournament I'm going to post in the stream. This is our Swiss Rapid. I don't want to play Morales to the black pieces, okay? No Morales with black, no space advantage, no e5. Enough of that. I'm going to figure out a way to play against you that I don't feel uncomfortable in the opening when I'm playing black. Good to see you, Antonio. No e5. Guys, I need to open the window a little bit here. Our deluge has stopped for the day. We have like a week-long flooding and Noah's Ark style weather here. So, brief period of peace and quiet, and I can open the window and actually breathe. So, again, announcement for the Pawnda and Horses Club. You have to be a member of the club to play in today's tournament. But also, once again, I want to remind everyone, next Tuesday at 2 CEST, we're hosting this, not hosting, but we're being part of the streamer battle with Grandmasters, Parley Grass, Vita Levente, some other streamers, Mirza, Diana. So there's going to be like 6 teams. We'll see what kind of support and turnout we get. All right. This is current tournament. I'm getting confused with all these links. Guys, welcome to the stream. International Master William Pascal. Join the Pawnda and Horses Club. I got to keep an eye on if anyone wants to join the Pawnda and Horses Club while they're streaming during this tournament now. 7+3 Rapid. Welcome to my team. All right. We have our own team. Never thought it would come to this. But I have my own team. Here's the Pawnda and Horses Club. We'll keep an eye for people who want to join this tournament now. Starting in 10 minutes. So the tournament here, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's, yeah, we need some merch. But, tournament here is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. For those in Bucharest who are streaming, it will be 3. It's an hour later over there. For Levente, Vita, and Parley Grass, those guys are an hour in the future for me. Alright. But we're ready to get started here. Welcome, Masturbate, Antonio, Igera. Izquierda. I said Igara. Ready to rumble. Okay, I've never done a streamer battle before, so that'll be fun. Team battle. I don't know how many people are going to get to turn out. It's kind of a weird time, early afternoon. It wouldn't be my personal choice, but we'll go with it. Appreciate Tranquilizer helping to set it up. Next Tuesday, a week from today. Alright guys, 8 minutes. We got Sparkle Horse, Aldisto, Alms, Morales. Just because your name starts with A doesn't automatically make you strong. El Rosador, returning after his Visit the other day. Mr. Slowhands, Osmir, Radebrown, Igera, Asterbait, also with an A, and Abel. So we got 11 players, 8 minutes to go. I'm going to post a link to this tournament. Guys, you should also check out my YouTube channel for replays of the stream. What's up, guys? Gift a sub now. Pawnda, start giving commands. Pawnda's training for the streamer battle. Where's my YouTube channel? Becoming a regular self-promoter. Alright. Recommendation. Recommendation. Damn it, I can't copy and paste. Where is the guy that invented copy and paste when I need him? Alright, copy and paste. This is link to YouTube. Guys, we're going to get started here in 7 minutes. My rapid rating is down into the 2300s. Kind of embarrassing. I'm trying to rebuild it. Some disconnect losses. A couple weeks ago, I lost a couple of games based on disconnections, and I never got my points back. But it's pretty painful when you lose like 50 points. If I lose to a 1200. When the site goes down, that hurt. Didn't get my points back for that. Really happy about it. It's all cool. No, I don't have any bitter anger about being stripped of like 100 rating points based on crashes. Mr. Slowhand 500 bits, nice simul endgame, unable to win. Unable to win? Actually, that's an interesting endgame. I haven't had time to take a good look at it. I guess you're unable to win. I should have comfortably held a draw. I think I almost managed to lose. You know that the Queen C2 line you played against the Semi-Slav is a slight pain for black. I don't know, I'm just making that up. No, I mean, it's really well known. Against the Semi-Slav, you're supposed to take on C4. Play like B5 on my queen. You know, that's the way that the pros used to do it. It's slightly different against the Slav. You're talking about like the semi-Slav or the pawn triangle? I'm talking about the pawn triangle now. Okay, you're talking about the semi-Slav. They're different things. I started to think of the pawn triangle. I don't remember our move order. I guess you played a semi-Slav proper. Queen C2, it's not a big deal. It's totally harmless. But you played E6. It was a pawn triangle? Okay, I don't really know what I'm doing there. I just played G3 against everything now. Yeah, I mean, you can play the Fianchetto setup against anything. Alright guys, 4 minutes and 40 seconds. What I love about the Catalan is that it's very intuitive. Like, you don't really even need to know much theory to kind of play it decently. Mr. Slowhand, thanks for the donation of 500 bits. Now, my Twitch is so slow that I rarely can actually see who's donated how much in time. It looks like at the moment Mr. Slowhand has donated 500 bits and Asterbait 400. Cheer to take number 3. Welcome to Radagast, also Outlier. I didn't really get to look very deeply at the simul games. But it was an interesting battle with Mr. Slow, where I sacked a piece. Dubious opening in general. I want to get my rating points back, but it takes forever for me to rebuild my rapid rating. It just takes too long to play those games. I lost like 50 points on a disconnect because the site crashed, and I lost another 50 points when I dropped a game on the disconnect. So I'm still struggling to get back 100 points. Something like that. Alright, but anyway, it doesn't matter. No big deal. Online ratings. I was in like the top 10 at one point in Rapid. Not that long ago. Alright. Aldisto, Alms, Morales, Ayeste, Rossador, Slowhand, Osmir, Sradabrown, Igera, and Move 11. Move 11, good to see you. 12 players, most. If anybody needs to join the club, you have to join the Pawnda and Horses Club to play. I don't see any requests momentarily, but you do have to be a member to join. We have 153 members. The leaderboard, yeah. I was like 25 something. I can get back to 25 in Rapid. I think I'm actually stronger in Rapid than Blitz. Because I have more time. I mean, I thrive on deep thought and using my time. And obviously, that's harder to do in Blitz. So my Rapid rating might go a little higher than my Blitz on average. Alright, guys. Ready to get started in 2 minutes. Yeah, it's always a lot of A names. It's really strange. I wonder if there's a reason for that. Cormoran is in. I'm hoping these stronger guys. Reminder. I've linked it here, but we're having a streamer mega team battle. We're hoping for the stronger players. People like Antonio, Cormoran, Alisto, Alms. Anybody who can make the streamer battle. Me, Tranquilizer, aka Vita Levente, Mersitza. So the 2 Romanian Grandmasters, me, Mirza Diana, and there was another one, Colin, who I don't know, another Romanian, and the Cookie Monster, who I'm not familiar with. Like 6 teams. So if you don't have a job, there's no excuse to not play. If you've lost your job due to the coronavirus pandemic, I expect you to be there. If you never had a job to begin with, well, you absolutely have no excuse. So, alright. Pawnda Rapid Swiss version. Thank God I don't have to play Cormoran. I played 1 game today. I played a Rapid game today and I gained 4 rating points. Guess what my opponent played? Anybody? Guess what my opponent played? What do you think they played? What is not allowed in my simulus? Of course. Alright. Ready to start. The London system. Good guess. Got it. The world's most popular opening. Thanks to people like Eric Rosen and Magnus Carlsen. I'm almost sure that Eric Rosen just plays it because Carlsen plays it. It's like kind of clickbait. You base your openings on clickbait. I think it's a good business decision to play the London. I'll have more hits on YouTube that way. Kamsky didn't. The reason why Kamsky plays it is different, though. Kamsky plays it because he was trained since a young boy to play closed queen pawn games with white. That's like the old school Karpov school. He plays a mean Tory attack. He sort of adapted, the Tory attack skills into the London system. All right, gotta be solid. I don't know if I should try to play the Bogo against El Rossador. You must have seen my last stream. Trump is a chess player. I mentioned that disgusting thought. Alright, knight c3. What's up, someone on sound? The greatest chess opening of all time. Unbeatable. 4-dimensional chess, 5-dimensional chess. I'm so happy I got my bet in with really good odds on the presidential election. I was like a genius. It was one of the most. It's only a shame that I didn't put more money than I did. 3 figures rather than 4 or 5. But I got my presidential election bet in right before the odds for Trump crashed. It's like buying property right before the housing market crashes. All right. Bishop b7. Solid line for black. I really feel comfortable playing this stuff. This is why I delay castling, so I can play h6 and g5 type setups. I mean, some people will castle as early as move 4 with black. Rossador, we haven't played that many games, so I can't recall. We're going to play against the Vampires, Acerbate. I have a lot of friends in Romania. That would be where I would go next if they ever kick me out of Hungary. Queen c2. All right. Transylvania, Acerbate. My future home, very likely. Especially if Trump wins re-election or something. I'll never move back to the United States. d6. Nothing wrong with this move. Queen e4 check. I looked at that. Kind of tricky, like queen a4 check, knight c6. It creates this optical illusion that the white has d5, but there's no time for that. It's more common to actually play f5 here for black. So, Transylvania chess, school of chess. Also, I Am Danes has been around the stream quite a bit. Have you ever thought of creating an option to spend channel points on opening requests? Where does the black king at? Well, what I love about the black king in this line is that it has 3 options. The king side, the queen side, or the middle. You know, you never know where I'm going to go. That's the beauty of black's position summon sound. How what should I say? I don't know if I should exchange there even. This might even be premature. Yeah, I guess I feel like I played this with Rossador before now. I remember you dropped a pawn on g2. It was like 3 months ago, and I remember the game. Not really like the game, like the whole game, but I studied this exact position with a student this week. Isn't that weird? Now, who could that have been? I remember playing Rossador in this variation, but I can't remember. Normally I go with a full-blooded f5. I think the only reason I'm playing knight takes g3 here is because I looked at that. I feel like my mind's been refreshed on this variation. So ironically, bishop e4 is like white's best plan. And then I've seen games with both bishop takes e4 and c6 actually. But I think e4 is the wrong idea for white. You're putting your pawn on the same color as your bishop, which could create some issues. I guess the emphasis is on could. You remember, that's bad. All right, first round. I don't know now. I'm out of book now after e4. Bishop e4 is definitely white's most strategically sound move. He runs into the risk of having a bad bishop, and his pawns, you know, are also a long-term liability. So someone on sound, we're still keeping him guessing as far as king position. Well, he's keeping me guessing too. I did have a game in this line some years ago with a very strong FIDE master, Mika Brattain, where he actually ended up like castling queenside. It was a very messy game when I won the New England Open. Maybe it was the year after I didn't win. I don't remember which one. Some years ago, maybe 6 years ago, 5 years ago. So Al Rossiter putting a lot of pawns on white squares here. Make your bishops great again. Had this discussion today as well. We know who would be a proponent of making your bishops great again. Alright, a little bit of thought. More thought and less talk, perhaps. Morales using the Budapest. He does that to everybody. Don't take it personally. I don't know. He didn't play it against me last time. Let me check if we got some requests to join the Pawn and Horses Club. No, I got a challenge in 3+2. No challenges, please. We're hosting a Swiss tournament here for our members. Member Swiss. Who remembers members only jackets? Uh-oh, time to watch the king. Shall we castle queenside? The decision has been made for us. One of my favorite players who actually played this line with black was the great legend Paul Curious. Remember one game where he castled queenside. Probably one of my favorite lines in the Nimzo. I always feel like quite comfortable playing black in this system. But Rossiter's bishop limits him. Even though he has a space advantage. Now here's a judgment. I don't know whether I need to play a5 or not. Usually I play a5 kind of as a default. It's the safest thing to do. Welcome guys to my stream, International Master William Pascal. Please support the stream. If you can donate and subscribe, much appreciated. Thanks to all of you for being subscribers. Jim, Someone on Sound, Asterbait, HTFP, Igara. Wow, nice move. Jim with a donation. So, if I exchange though, I sort of fix his structura. Interesting stuff here. I opted for rook. So this exchange here will undouble his pawns and unleash the bishop. Truthfully, the position seems to be close. I slightly like black due to structural considerations. Not easy to break through. Such a closed position. Another plan for me I forgot about was h5, h4. Breaking a structure from the side, chipping away. It's also kind of a liability having a backward h-pawn. Not easy to play. If knight b3, knight a4, knight a5, you know, he's got to watch his c3 pawn. What are you going to do there? That's a nasty line, like knight b3, knight a4. Knight a5, queen c3, and I'm a pawn up in an endgame, for example. Play knight b5, I can always exchange that off. And my knight is better than his bishop. I'd love to play knight versus bishop endgame with an outposted knight on c5 and his structure the way it is. This is looking like a very good move by white. Excellent decision. Decision. Oof. So if he takes with a rook on f3, well, his structure would be even more interesting after that. I'm gonna take if he plays f4. A promise is a promise. Probably I shouldn't worry too much. The f7. You have to have faith in your structure. I don't really want to tie a rook down to defending f7. Faith. Man, king a3. That's an insane move. Excellent move. I don't think he's going to lose on time. Seems to be getting faster, in fact. This was a mistake, I believe. See, I didn't want to tie my rook down like that. I did it anyway. Trying to checkmate me? Alright. What's happening? He's going for the mate. My queen trapped. He saw that. The bishop pawn. Nice pawn sacrifice. I'm honestly getting kind of scared. His play and time pressure is unbelievable. Excellent. 2 pawns down. He's hanging tough. Guess we should try to bore him to death here. Why don't I feel like I'm 2 pawns up? Look at that move. Unbelievable. Did he miss rook d2 there? He's like holding 2 pawns down in an ending with no time left. Jesus. Incredible technique. Dangerous. I don't think I can even beat him. Maybe there's a way. Watch the mate. I don't want to get mated. That was tough. Yeah, I mean, I think at various points I couldn't make progress, probably, if he defends a little more accurately. Like, even toward the end, he had played. Even now, I mean, it's not that easy. 2 pawns down. Even not that easy. 2 pawns down. Good game. Alright, guys, the rounds all start. I mean, all the games start at the same time. So let's get back. That was a good defensive fight. I didn't think he was going to lose on time. He's clearly a quick player. Showed good general skills. I think if you had tied me down to the D pawn, it would have been very difficult to make progress. But that was kind of the key moment where you let me play D5. Bishop's such a stronger piece than the knight. It's just very noticeable. I'm going to need 2 pawns up there to have a chance to win. So we just got a message that I need to let someone into the team. And I get Alms. Nice. Alms, what am I going to do with you? Alright. They missed the round. Should have refreshed. Sorry not to let you in. Mikael from Denmark. You are accepted, but unfortunately you can't play till next round. CM question mark? Really? You're questioning his CM. Never gets old. He's a CM from way back. My stockfish says that 2g3 is the best move for white. I mean, that's a little bit hard for me to believe, honestly. Like, d4 has to be a better move than g3, fundamentally. So the Alms is allowing me to play the Grunfeld reverse. We've had this before, though. It is recent. Technically, Alms recently got the title. But I'm not sure that it was earned, you know, like the rating was earned recently. He was 2200 back in the 70s. They checked his rating along with Blobix. Posthumously giving Alms the CM title. He's not that old. I'm just kidding. Alright. So I've tried everything against this stupid Tarash. I used to like to play against the Tarash. Till Am started playing it. I've lost my faith. It was earned 10 years ago, in his peak era. Gonna go with 95, right? We've played this before, but maybe I'll go with something, different. Let's play F4. This is the way I used to play back in the day. When I was young and primitive. I've never actually... Maybe I played this once against Lams. I can't remember, but he's already prepared. Yeah, we played this before, I guess, and I'm forgetting that we did. I probably played it like 3 times against him. My dementia blocked it out. I couldn't remember. I thought maybe I never played it against you. I always play like E3. Maybe you're just using the same idea in a different position. I'm confused. I can't remember if I played this against him or not. Tactics abounding. E4. Dropping the exchange. Alright, so when I first played this move, F4, 27 years ago, when I won the New England Open, I just played it on instinct. Kind of Pillsbury bind. My opponent, Alan Bennett, at the time, did not play knight g4. And consequently, I'm not sure if I maybe had one game again later on, but I don't think I played f4 again after that. Although I played it in Blitz. This was my go-to way to play in Blitz. Not sure though here. Ams is really well prepared in the openings with his systems. I don't know. I'm just pretend I'm Karpov playing the Fianchetto Grunfeld. It's just another kind of Grunfeld. There's just no Fianchetto. I'm playing the Grunfeld. I don't know who's playing Grunfeld here. Whatever. I have dark square hole on e3. Let's cover it. Enough said. Not a very exciting move for white. This queen d2. Yeah, I just had another flashback. Hungary, 1998. Szeged. Dupski Laszlo. I might have had a game against in this line. In IM tournament where I made my final IM norm. Can't remember the game. It's that long ago. It was like... I might have played f4 a second time. I feel like f4 is sort of positionally dubious because I'm leaving this e4 square like a hole. Ams is already like all prepared at home in this variation. Can we sack a piece like Steinitz now? e4. I keep feeling like there's some sort of tactic. Knight f3 is even interesting. Who says I have to trade pieces? But I'm not a believer in backward pawns, so I'm going to do this. Fortunately, Ams has already analyzed this in his home laboratory. Concluded that black is fine. He's even crazier than someone on sound with the home analysis. Or is that just an impression you like to give? There's a quickness to Am's play. The quickness. I definitely don't have the quickness. But I have a passed pawn. I know I like passed pawns. Also knight d5 there. The problem is I can't put a rook on d1 to support my passer. I think I'm just believing that he knows what he's doing, but he's just coming up with ideas on the fly. It's difficult to know one way or the other, though. I think we've got another player that wants to play in the team. Next round starts shortly. Nope, I guess it's just an old request. Guys, team battle with Mir Sitsa, Beast, and Mircea the Beast, and Tranquilizer and others next week, Tuesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Why does this not go away? No, I don't want to leave page. It did it anyway. It said don't leave page, and it did it anyway. I clicked do not leave page. Alright, bring it. I was thinking about knight d5 last move. Because if he takes... Actually, he could just take and play bishop e6. I'm glad I did what I did. Pass pawn, 101. Who needs a stinking queenside majority? I just wish I could put a rook on d1. My king is a little bit evacuated. His king is actually pretty safe over there. It's nice Siam's actually using time. I gotta get a beer. I'm gonna get me a beer. I'm gonna get me a beer. Elizabeth? I feel like Fred Sanford. The inside jokes, the Europeans are definitely not gonna get. US presidential primary jokes. Queen f2. You're attacking my pawn again. How charming. So d5, knight d4. I like that. I like that, except for the fact that it doesn't work. Knight d5. Oof. Knight d5 does nothing. If nothing else, I can play that. Okay, I'm getting a headache from this position. Mircea. If Hungarian, for sure. But Mir Sitsa, we have to call him. Sitsa is a little kitty in Hungarian. He's not a big beast. Junior beast. Sitsa is a cute little kitty. CICA. Hungarian. I've got an IPA. New product. Dreyer. Hungarian, they call it, you see, Hungarians can't say IPA, so they have to say IPA. It's like Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi. A hi-fi system is a hi-fi. An IPA is an IPA. And Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi. Tic-tac is tic-tac. The perils of being an American living in Hungary. India Pale Ale. Not really necessarily a summer beer. I'm going to pour it in my coffee. Free Wi-Fi. Okay, it's really enough for that bishop, huh? Smears, thanks for the donation. How's our endgame doing? Yeah, we're a little better, but he's got it blockaded. This gives my king a flight square. Flight. Register your flight path. Man, I don't care. Wow, he didn't go to f5. I was expecting f5 for sure, but this covers the queen side. He's stopping a4 type ideas. I could exchange queens. It's not that big a problem. Don't really want to exchange queens. Too obsessed with color complex. Pawn structures. I could regret this. Putting my pawns on the white squares. Alright guys. Tough battle with Ahms here. I don't really know if I'm better. I have more space, but does that equate to being better? Or am I simply overextending myself? He could just sort of disarm me here by trading everything off. I could avoid the exchange of rooks. I like my king position. King position good. Just put all the pawns on the wrong color. Charlie Hurtan talked about that defensively. He's a very good positional player and defender. Some bishop end games, it's better to have all your pawns on the wrong color. Then it's like a fortress. This 100-move game he drew against me once. Masterclass of defense. Uh-oh. Alright. I didn't try anything fancy with h4. Tough battle. Play against my d-pawn. The d-pawn is the man. Can't touch my d-pawn. Right. b6. Now it's getting interesting. My king is joining the party. We also have knight a2. Spatial relations. It's a lot of pawns in the wrong color. How to make progress and influence people. Oh my god. Where are you going over there? Stay where you are. You are not gonna do that. Do you understand? Do you understand? Oh no. It's proving somewhat distracting. I kind of had to hold on there. I think I might have been lost at some point. I'm not a huge fan of having a knight against a bishop and two connected past pawns, so maybe the final position is a draw. But earlier, I had the feeling somewhere in the middle there I might have even been losing. Very well played. I think. It was a good game by Black. Very solid. He was never really in danger. When I was really trying to win, you know. But I went a little too far. And he saw 93 check. After 93 check, it looks like I almost hoisted on my own petard here. It looks like it's a draw, but I have to be very precise with no time left. I found the best moves, and I still almost lost. I thought here maybe I could be lost. I guess not. Okay. Kind of a scary position. GG. 0 cent upon loss for both sides. Alright. Good game. I was never lost. That was kind of shaky. The position looked shaky. Tried everything to win. You were playing. Join the game. Oh my god. Now I get Cormoran. I can't even have time. I should put 2 minutes between rounds. We should have like a minute to talk about it. Yeah, does that even make sense? Don't I have like a minute between rounds? Shouldn't there be like a minute? Where's my minute? Am I crazy? Does anybody understand? Shouldn't there be like 1 minute to rest between games? I like literally just finished my game. You don't get much break. Why is that? Like, I should get a minute, right? Isn't that the point? Why don't I get that minute before the next game? That's not fair. That doesn't seem right. I'm getting cheated. There's a bug, I suspect. You had exactly 1 minute from right when it ended. Really, there was a whole minute went by. I guess it did. Alright, Cormoran playing the headbands. Pawnda, are you ready? Return the serve. The crappy gambit. It's almost as bad as recommending the London system. In a different way, though. You know, bad in a different way. Boring versus unsound. You get your choice. So what's up with this? Bishop g4 here. Queen b3. I guess I have that. Yeah, the a4 doesn't help him in this position. Now he has a winning move with queen b3. I've been kind of avoiding playing this line because I overplayed it for a long time. You know, it is like one of Black's best lines, but the carrot variation. Tiempo. Tummy ache. I played right through food poisoning. I skipped one game. I don't quit because my tummy ache hurts. It was just an excuse anyway. He was hemorrhaging rating points and decided that tummy ache was a good excuse. That's the truth, probably. Pure speculation. Fake news. Whatever. Alright, anyway, I just don't respect the Smith-Morra, no matter who recommends it or who doesn't recommend it. I think it's a stupid opening for white. But I think, on the other hand, it's a good recommendation for beginners to teach them to play for the initiative. You know, for players of Cormoran's level or above, it's a bad idea. I think you're too good for this. You should start to learn how to play subtle. There's a lot of beauty in the white side of the Open Sicilian main lines, and a lot of information and cool stuff. Bishop f7. Morales would play Bishop f7, Knight g5 check. Not Morales, I'm sorry, Jim. It wasn't. I'm surprised Morales doesn't play. I'm surprised Morales doesn't play the Morra. He plays. He's so good. This like his Grand Prix attack is so good though. I used to think that the Grand Prix attack wasn't good, but Morales has proved otherwise. No, I mean you don't play the Morra. It sucks. You know that's why. Spend a lifetime proving that you can equalize with the Morra might not be worth the expenditure of energy. I'm actually toying with Bishop h5. Maybe in some variations here. But Cormoran has wasted time with a4 in this particular instance. So that sort of takes the venom out of his position. Venom. Gotta be careful though. Never know. One can never knows. Normally, it's not a good idea to play bishop takes e5. You have to have some kind of really good reason to do that. You know, it's possible I played this with Cormoran before. Cormoran. Reminds me of catamaran. 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 Sailboat of sorts. What are you doing over there? Can't imagine. What would... Just go full... He can't just drop his e4 pawn. There's no time for that, is there? Maybe there is. Igor Novikov. Bishop c5, queen g7, king e7. Fully sound pawn sack. Dangerous. I'd rather not do that against a tactical player. But if like g6 here, he has time for knight a4, sacking his e-pawn. I'm gonna do it. Bishop e6 castles. White might equalize. God damn it, Jerry! Can't believe this. Insanity. You just play a5. Already a4 was like a loss of time. And he has time for a5. It's injustice. You know? He has time for anything he wants to do. a4, a5. Wow. So he had a really nice shot there. I mean, he could have played bishop takes e6. I'm not sure if he's listening to the stream, but it doesn't work. Okay. Anyway, I just play takes and rook f8. Never mind. Never mind. It's a giant associated with St. Michael's Mount and the folklore of Cornwall. Stop harassing me. This is harassment. Chess harassment. Isn't that how we started the what if Donald Trump played chess discussion? He would sue for chess harassment. If you beat him, then it never happened. But I borrowed this idea from Novikov. I had a Najdorf with him, where he just like sacked his g7 pawn for open lines. Sozin. But I'm glad we found Novikov. Actually, Coach you brought him up in a conversation a little while ago. I'm glad he's been located. I have been asking on my stream for a long time, like, was he lost or where he had disappeared to? Is he like somewhere in Long Island? Rook g8. Winnower, yeah. Wienauer. Alright. Wienauer. I have a plan here. The Grinch that stole Christmas style. Corman, he likes to attack, so good luck with that. Queen g8. No rook g8. I want to limit any chance of you winning. I'm slightly better in this ending. Yeah, maybe it's a draw. But I have no realistic chance of losing. If I had more time, I would look for a better move. No, dude, he has one of the best afros in chess. Along with that, the guy from Luxembourg. Man, Novikov had the best hair ever. Great player. He had to, like, quit playing the Najdorf. Huh. Getting ambushed. It's like Gelfand quitting the Najdorf. I can't think of the guy from Luxembourg now. What's his name? Grandmaster. Great hair in chess. Very important concept. Damn it, Jerry. What am I trying to do here anyway? In this position? What am I trying to do with rook c8? Wow. Settling for an extra pawn. The bishop again. It's going to be like our first game. Probably a draw with perfect play. This is with that bad white square bishop. Now I've got 94. Maybe he sacked it on purpose. He's dropping everything. He just dropped like 3 pawns with one move. It's crazy. Better take the base. Base pawn. You missed bishop f1 there, which actually looked troublesome. But it's never too late to play bishop f1. Or is it? Maybe it is. It's never too late to play bishop f1. Except when it is. You gotta be careful here, though. Maybe that's why you couldn't play bishop f1. I don't know. Could be a reason. But very similar to our game with Rossador. See how tactically where we are here. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably winning. You never know with the bishop versus knight, though. I'm gonna grab those other players. I mean, that's gotta be a mistake, right? Okay, it wasn't an easy endgame to hold. But I wouldn't be surprised at some point if he's alright there. After kind of inaccurately playing the opening. Okay, 2 Autophagist and Etez. Wow, 2400 from Germany, nice. Strong player. He could be a factor. Got a lot of German players. Aldisto. Alms. They don't mess around. We don't get German players who are under 2,200. They're either masters or nothing. I don't attract like the German amateurs to the stream. Just the pros. Okay, guys, seriously. It's a good thing I wasn't playing like someone on sound. Someone who's truly an expert in that Mora would know the subtleties better than Cormoran. Gotta be careful. I will look up this opening. I have multiple refutations of the Mora Gambit on tap. It sucks in many ways. No, but in seriousness, it's a good opening to teach to players like under 2,000. I mean, if you got nothing else and you want to play for the initiative, it's not that bad. I'd like to make fun of it, but I've had, yeah, I'm not going to play the Caro. Caro Khan doesn't like me. I have a pretty good score. Usually a draw against the Mora, against the better Mora players, actually. Once I lost a very important game. Probably the only tournament where I should have made a GM norm. I lost to the Mora Gambit of all things. Stupid. It was like one of the weakest players in the tournament too. The only game I lost in a 9-round, 10-player round robin. Alright, so Sparkle Horse Alms. I've already played him. We're going to get Aldisto, probably. Let's see what's happening in that game. Because it's not just about me. Ayeste, tough fighter. And fast. I guess we're on Ayeste's side here. What happened? Somebody dropped a rook. Oof. That was anticlimactic. How did that happen? Or has he been down a rook all the time? I guess I just need to pay closer attention. He's been down a rook the whole time. That wasn't a rook on a6. That is the last game. a5 was best. I'm not surprised. It was a good move. I thought it was a good move. I'm going to bet that Queen g8 wasn't best, according to the engine. But I settled. I'm curious about my decision, you know, to play, to give you the g7 pawn, what the engine would have done there. Would it have played bishop c5, sacrificed g7, serving beer and sausage? We got the beer. Very disappointed to find out that a lot of airlines are no longer going to be serving alcoholic beverages. I read this article today. What are we going to do when we fly now? And they'll serve alcoholic beverages in first class. It's just this. Alright. I won't be flying with Delta or American Airlines for sure. You can't bring your own. No Delta or American Airlines or EasyJet for me. Anyway, I wouldn't fly on those airlines. They all suck. But KLM, I was surprised, was on the list. Anyways, they like making an excuse because of the COVID, but it's really just to save money. Probably one of their biggest expenses was like giving out free beer and wine. We're going to protect you by taking away your free alcohol on the plane. Such a joke. Oh my god, my time. Scared me, Morales. You scared me. You thought it was like a forfeit too. I'm so used to the arenas. I wouldn't have made it if this wasn't a Swiss. Phew. So it said queen c7, rook g8 was best. Oh my god. Rook g8? Are you serious? Computer wanted to play rook g8 in that critical position. Corbin must be analyzing on his phone or something. Rook g8. Yeah. Rook g8 won't hold up. Thanks, Morales, for saving me. Oh, the Slav again. No. Can I, like, pay you to stop playing this opening? Please? I had a good simul game against Ayeste, actually. Hopefully he hasn't looked it up. I just played a G3 type of Slav. Could just do it again. I'll just do it. Take my pawn. Be done with it. I don't know what I'm doing. I just make it up. Someone played bishop e4 check. Was that Ayeste? No. Surely. Ayeste played bishop e4 check against me yesterday. Am I remembering correctly? Not yesterday, but Sunday. In my simul. But it doesn't seem right. I mean, you've got all the weak squares and the dark squares, and you're trading off your dark square bishop. Bishop e4 can't be a good move for black. That's not what happened. I'm making that up. No, because we had a regular fianchetto for me. Actually, the same thing with Morales. We had very similar games between Morales and Ayeste in Sunday Simul. They both got into kind of Dutch Stonewall style structures for black. I don't know the theory of this, though. I suspect that if you're playing like Shabalov or somebody who's a big expert on a semi-Slav, I mean, Wojtkiewicz, it would be funny to see like Wojtkiewicz against Wojtkiewicz. Wojtkiewicz. Actually, what did Alec play? No, Alec played white. He didn't play the Slav, I guess. He was good against the Slav. Actually, Wojtkiewicz did play g3 against the Slav. What would Wojtkiewicz play against his brother in arms, Shabalov? I miss Wojtkiewicz. He was a grumpy guy, but a good player. Gruff. Billy Goat Gruff. So we're going to repeat what we had from the simul. You're the sparkly one. I don't really like ponies and pink, cartoon characters. That's just a joke. Sparkle Horse was actually a band. Really like a one-man band. Funny when you call acts that are basically one person a band. Doesn't really make sense by definition. Alright, here I've played a little passively in the past, and then if like black gets in c5 quickly, I'm sort of out of business. So you have to act quickly to play e4. Maybe Ayeste did his homework. Can I play e4 right away? Girls and boys? Can we just do it right away? e4, knight e4, knight e4, pawn e4, knight d2. Ugh. Try to sack a pawn? No. It's not going to work. No, it's a passive move order by white. How long have I been in IM? Since 1999. Not a very long time, really. 20 years goes by surprisingly fast. Bishop b7. It just seems like yesterday. Only since the last millennium. The Millennium Falcon. When I got my first FIDE rating, there were no FIDE rated players under 2200. That's a real. Well, there were women. That would never fly today. Can you take Itez in the team? I thought I did. I already did, Oms. He's already in. He should be able to join. Thanks for bringing him along. Okay, I gotta just play chess here. So try to make a constructive move before it's too late. Lame. Coach. Oms had to he had to redeem a highlight my message for 380 to get me to answer his question. Cheaper than donating bits. What do you say is the best second endgame book? Lisitsyn? I don't know the Lisitsyn. It's probably like a secret Russian training book. I mean, it may have come out in English. I never knew about that. I believe in Shereshevsky. Let's go Belarusian. Endgame strategy. You could go really old school. Paul Kira's practical endgames. Practical chess endgames. That's more of like a generic book. How about Gandalf and Dumbledore versus Mike Pence and Donald Trump? Team chess. Be cool to have Saturday Night Live do like a skit. Donald Trump getting in on the chess streaming thing, because all these like YouTubers are getting in on it. Trump loves to show off. He could do like a 4-dimensional chess stream. We could call back like Leonard Nimoy from Beyond the Grave. Have like Mr. Spock versus Donald Trump. 4-dimensional chess. Skit on Saturday Night Live. I think it would be pretty cool. Magnus Carlsen versus Donald Trump. He could probably really get that spot. So popular now. It's a cool idea. Anyway, I'm just brainstorming funny things. Harry Potter's not really in theme right now. Or there was the J.K. Rowling transgender incident. Queen E7. Yeah, man, I mean, I got my bet in. I just wish I had put thousands and thousands of dollars on Biden. It's so sick. I'm locked in with these great odds, and I bet less than $1,000. But anyway. Maybe I'll switch to betting on politics. I'll be like a bookie for politics betting. Timing is impeccable. We got to do something here. All right. I don't know, though. Rookie 1. Anybody got the link? The link to this thing? And don't forget, guys, next Tuesday, I'm part of a multiple streamer battle. I think we're still going to do the Tuesday tournament, but we're going to have an afternoon stream, bonus edition, at 2 o'clock next Tuesday. What happened, Asby? Did you get lost? Link. You need the link too? Oh, you want the link to the other tournament? Does anybody have that? Yeah, look at the odds now. It's unbelievable. A month ago, Donald Trump was like favored among the bookies to win the presidential election. It was unbelievable. I was like, free money. How could anyone have not realized that? Alright, bishop e4. I should take up sports betting. If I knew anything about sports, the only sport I know is baseball, and that's the problem. I don't know anything about European football. I know nothing about basketball. Baseball and maybe American football I could bet on. That's about it. A lot of my poker playing friends lost all their money betting on sports. It's a good idea. The most common way for a poker player to go broke is sports betting. Alright. What am I going to do? Take on c5, bishop c5, bishop f6. What's this? Takes. I'm just wasting way too much time here. This doesn't seem right. How about like, oh, he just took there. What? Pawn d6, bishop e2, pawn e7. He just dropped a piece. Just dropped a piece. Look before you leap, right? No, that's a weird blunder. Actually, Ayesta is quite good tactically. He's not bad positionally, too. Just sort of had a brain fart. I don't know. But bishop takes f3 is a bad move. Like, why play bishop takes f3? You have bishop c5, bishop f6, bishop f3, bishop e7, bishop e2, bishop d8, bishop f8, bishop d1. And I was, like, getting confused because there's, like, 20 consecutive captures. But I think that black's alright there. The 20 consecutive capture variation, probably okay for black. Okay, we got hate mail. I hope that's not Bob. You have hate mail.
Yes!
What's up, guys? Against Gandalf? What? Can you please pass the Grey Poupon? Why did I play bishop g2? What a stupid move. Anyway, alright. This is not an arena, so yes, is not really losing anything by dragging it out. If it was an arena, I'd say, you know, it's idiotic to play out a position down a piece. But in a Swiss, you have nothing to lose, so I don't think this is stupid. You know, some positions where it's like hopelessly lost, you're down massive amounts of material. You know, it's like disrespectful not to resign. But I see more and more GMs, you know, I guess because of bullet chess, playing out like really, really hopeless positions. It used to be more etiquette. But you'll see like 2800s, you know, not resigning when they're like down a piece and stuff. Is this a good move? Probably not. It's kind of Annoying. Bishop e4. You're never going to flag me. Because there is an increment. Celebrity chess. That's what Maurice should be doing, you know? Not wasting his time trying to invent new, you know... All this time for the last 20 years while Maurice Ashley was trying to invent new rules and stuff like that, he should have been trying to like get Donald Trump to play. We can get Donald Trump to play in a tournament sponsored by Sinkfield in St. Louis. Donald Trump, Magnus Carlsen, Fabiano. Who else can we invite? All right. Sparkle Horse versus Alms. Kasparov would not go for that, dude. Kasparov has some backbone. Kasparov likes Sinkfield and he likes money, but he draws the line. Kasparov would not compete in a chess tournament with Donald Trump. I'll respect him, you know. You gotta respect Kasparov. He's not willing to sacrifice his principles. Korpijol. Joltika. In my tourney group? What tourney group? Korpich Jolt. Well, maybe there's another Korpich. You're not that certain? No, Kasparov was very politically inclined. Has very strong views. It would make great television. Maybe chess holds the key to Trump's re-election. Alright. Let's hope not. What's up here? We need to refresh the page. One ongoing game. Alright. First Camel against Chestosterone. Good to see Chestosterone. Turkey Farm. The Turkey Farm. I miss the turkeys most of my former home. Turkey Farm. I miss having turkeys in the neighborhood. Hi from Iran. Welcome. Everyone's welcome. Welcome from Hungary. Magyarország. Otherwise known as Hungary. That's where I live. Resident here. Guys, Tuesday we're playing team battle with my Romanian friends and some others. Asterbabe, were you talking about Korpich is a team? Has a team in that group? In my team battle? Korpich has a team? Is that what you're referring to? Because I wasn't sure what you're talking about. He's an arbiter from Hungary. You know, I wasn't sure what team you're talking about. Chestosterone is a good player. Battled here many times. Good to see him back on the stream. Let me check if we have any join requests. Quickly. Join requests. It's getting late, right? It's too late. It's probably too late to join the tournament. Okay, that game is over. The 3+2. You're talking about the Hungarian All-Stars arena that I play on Thursdays. But Korpich is not, you know, involved in that. Why do you ask? That's organized by my friends, Naj Gabor, International Master, and Mihal Koldivar, Grandmaster. Thanks for clarifying, Mr. Coffee. Because Thursdays I'm playing in a 3+2 arena every week now. the Hungarian All-Stars. Or All-Star Arena. Alright, Oms is hanging with me. It's hard to get rid of him. He beat Brad the Brown. He drew me. He beat Oms. Beat Oms? Oms beat Oms? No. Oms didn't beat Oms. He beat Mr. Slowhand. Championship of Germany. And Mirales. I'm edging him out on tie breaks momentarily. Can you send a message with the link of Team Battle? Can somebody send Asmir's the link? Because I got to start the game. Before I forget. I'll forget by the time the next game starts. Spectacular cam. Multiple camels. Multi-camel enabled. Sounds like pinball. Alright, Aldisto. Aldisto. Don't do it. Don't do it. You don't want to do it. You did it. I was prepping this line hard for black this week. We did special research into that. Now, what did I gotta remember what I looked at. One dubious variation. I don't think I actually came up with anything new, to be honest. We looked at D5, right? I never considered this move order all my life. Fresh move. We're just going to transpose. Mr. Coffee, thanks for putting in a team battle link. BC5. Speaking of Iran. Facebook friend of mine, Kamran Shirazi, once had an A3 in the U.S. Championship. Kamran blundered his rook on A1. A3 variation to Jack Peters. It's like one of the shortest games I've ever seen a title player lose. I suspect that was before I started playing chess, but I suspect it was because he was tired or something. So, all right. What's our research here? CB4, C4. Yeah, we played this before. Just a different move order to reach the same position. Okay, I don't have anything new for you, Alice, though. The reverse Grand Prix. Isn't that the problem? Lots of research, but lack of memory. Oof. Yeah, all the girls at parties always ask me, how's my memory? Are you really good at math? No. I can't remember anything, and I suck at math. Spatial relations expert. We played this without us already. I'm trying to think if there's another move here for black. How do you feel about this move 11? When I become a grandmaster, move 11 is going to be my second. He'll be the Paul Littlejohn of the Sladgie camp. Maybe Spectacular Camel can be part of the team too. Is this the right position that I played before without us, though? I'm beginning to think it's like a different position. Yeah, we never had this before. This is different. E5 anyway, in your face. How do you feel about that? No, I mean that can't be real. What would the possible justification of that move be? You just can't go E5 here. I mean, I would do it in a bullet game maybe. The random stuff. If we look this position up in the lichess Opening Explorer with just lichess games, there's probably 800 games. I just started to realize just how many games are being played on lichess and like especially bullet chess. You see the most absurd stuff if you go through it, but you've got to weed out the information. There's a lot of good stuff you can find, new ideas in the openings. It'd be kind of cool to take all the lichess stuff, dump it into a chess-based database, see what you could sift out of it. Lots of new opening ideas. A lot of them generated by computers. But I feel like I'm playing the Scandinavian here. The instinct is to play g6. We're going to trust our instincts. You can never feel so good as with a kingside fianchetto. Solid. It reminds me of, you know, it's almost like he's playing the Blumenfeld reversed or something. This almost turns into some sort of weird queen pawn game. That's why chess base sucks. It's so clunky, right? It used to like freeze my computer even. Okay. The game should be stored on the web somehow. Ooh. Well. Materialist. I would love to sacrifice my b7 pawn. Oh, this is messed up. Okay. But after knight c6, it's going to be time to go, right? Time to go. I'm sacking my whole position. Bishop b2. Triple exclam. And then he's ready to go. Because now, I'll just take on d5. Taking a rook away. Complicated. But I believe this is okay for black. I just sack a piece. Sack a Pawnda. Where's Bob's sack a Pawnda? d5, knight d5, pawn d5, even queen d5. He can't stop bishop takes a1. Spectacular Camel just subscribed with Twitch Prime. We're developing new theory in the wing gambit of the Sicilian. Over the board with Aldisto here. Bob's not banned. He promised he would be good. It was a misunderstanding. But in poor taste, as usual. Like most of Bob's jokes are in poor taste. Sacrificing a Pawnda? I don't know what he's thinking about. I mean, clearly bishop e2. You can't let me strafe the diagonal here. He's thinking about it. He wants to play d5. He can taste it, you know? But I just don't believe it. I mean, even if I sack 2 pieces for a rook, black's probably okay. But I'm thinking I just sack a knight and then take with the queen. And then I grab the rook next move. And I just don't believe that white has enough there. So what? Yeah, this looks like a failed experiment. Knight e5 is not a developing move. Okay, queen d4 is dangerous. Castles is okay. Castles has to be fine. The most natural move. It started to rain again. I don't believe it. It's raining for the 16th time this week. I don't believe it. It would have to like build up or something for a little while. Queen d4, knight c6, queen d7, bishop f3. Castles is certainly okay. But can I do better with bishop d7? Well, looks logical. The most logical developing move. Logical enforcing. You snatched my pawn. Oh my god, man. Looks like he's falling apart. No development. Better than queen takes, although queen takes was possible too. I believe in black's position, although I'm sure I could still screw it up. I fundamentally believe. White's just a little bit lagging in development. Maybe he's still got something here. Just seems too slow. Critical central point he can't maintain. We actually created some new theory. Maybe he played a different move last time, you know, I'm thinking. Pawn must be captured before it's too late. I mean, if I let him play rook d1... Knight c5, unfortunately, queen b5. I might even have that. Knight c5, queen b5, bishop d4. I think I'm starting to have hallucinations and stuff. Probably best to take this pawn. I gotta close the window. So how much do we have here? Well, it looks problematic for white. Very problematic. No bad pieces. His rook is fried on the long diagonal. Fried rook a la mode. That's why we played the... Well, he didn't took my advice. I said he should have played bishop b2. Gotta play bishop b2 here, clearly. And that's another story. And this bishop's hanging, and I'm threatening what? Nothing else. So, just doesn't really have a good square for his bishop g4 or something. Bishop d1 doesn't appeal, so I would play bishop g4 and pray. And obviously white is in trouble. Objectively losing for white. He's down 2 pawns and really has nothing to show for it. There is like, oh, yeah, I mean, this has got to be lost. Back to the tournament. Experimental opening. So there's really, these games are finishing up fast. This is round 5. Cormoran always a threat, but Amiiboid is like the master of defense. That's too much to defend though. Piece and 3 pawns down. A little too much even for Amiiboid's defensive skills. Just sort of overwhelmed them with material, an overwhelming material advantage. That's a bit much. He's a good defender, but he's not a... I'm a doctor, not a miracle worker, Jim. Alright. I just watched Star Trek Into Darkness. I realized I had never seen that movie, which is kind of weird because it's been out since like forever. 2013 or something. I think it was the only Star Trek movie I never saw. I thought I saw it, but I never saw it. Alright. Anyway, guys, welcome. International Master William Pascal with the Pawnda. Next Tuesday, we've got the Blitz tournament in the evening, but in the afternoon, a special battle. Chess battle bots. Rad the Brown against Chess. Every game is Chess Testosterone. I want to say Chess Testosterone. Why do I want to say that? Oh, my favorite endgame. Where's that guy from the 3+2 arena? Kim. Dankazi Anrash. Or was it Dankazi? Dankazi. FM. God, this is bringing back bad memories. The 2 bishop endgame from last Thursday was a nightmare. 2 bishops are way stronger than a rook. But Rad the Brown has a nasty queenside majority here. It should be enough to at least offset that bishop pair. So it's way better than my game against Donkazi. My favorite movies? I don't really like when people ask me those questions. What's your favorite? What's your favorite this? It's hard. I have a hard time answering. What's your favorite? Music, band, whatever. I have a lot of different things. I've never really been easily, able to answer those kind of questions. It's hard. I mean, I like sci-fi, but not like the only genre that I like. Horror, sci-fi. I would speak in terms of genre rather than, but I'm open to all genres. I'm not really into like romantic comedies. I'm not into Robert Redford movies with Sally Field or, I don't know. I like everything except for romantic comedies. It's not good though for going to dates at the movies. Doesn't really work with the ladies. Hey, you want to go check out that Star Trek movie? I'm a chess player. Say what? That's the end of it right there. I'm a chess player who likes to watch Star Trek movies. You're done. Mr. Coffee, the exception to the rule. It's a good thing you're not playing Donkazi. Rad the Brown. That guy is like unbelievable. FIDE Master, who's lower rated than me, plays like God in Blitz. Crushed me with 2 bishops versus a rook on Thursday. Nerdy chess players are the best. It's a struggle to have a social life as a chess player. So what's realistically happening here? Is the weakness of f7 too much for even testosterone? I don't like your chances in the 3+2 Thursday arena here, Rad the Brown. But it might be good enough for a draw against testosterone. I'm not sure. Don't ask me what's going on here, Villain 777. But we're going to see some action. Those bishops are not inferior to the rook. That's all I know. This one of them bites the dust. Oh no. White's going to need some sort of trick here. This is bringing back bad memories. Very hard for me to watch this. That thing where he did like bishop takes d3 against me on Thursday. Ugh. You saw that, didn't you, Morales? Same kind of ugly end. That guy's not that strong in over the board chess. I'm a little bit put off by that. Okay. So we've got the lead here, 4.5 with tie breaks. Alms can't lose him. He beat Ayesta. Whew, the vicious mate there. Alms is just cruising. You hung your bishop. Good job. Cormoran, nobody's perfect. Usually it's a costly thing to do in rapid 7+3. In bullet you can get away with it. Thanks, guys, for supporting the stream. Mr. Slowhand, Jim, Asterbait. Who else? Gift subs, anyone? Hey, guys. Pawnda's commanding you to give some gift sub donations. But seriously, please support the stream if you can. You are playing the game. You are playing. Join the game. Let's play e4. I've been really playing e4 in non-competitive situations a lot. I like e4. Play a lot of anonymous e4 on the phone. Thanks, Antonio. Pre-move. Non-theoretical. We've had this once before. I had a game where I viciously beat someone. Was it Asmir? There is the grovel for a draw endgame after d takes c. That wouldn't really like be his style though, you know. He did it. Ugh. It's just not his style, you know. Bishop f, bishop c4. Should I play bishop c4? My concern here is like bishop c4, e6, and if I try to restrain his queenside with a4, he has bishop b4. I think black has a good game. So we don't have time for that. We could borrow a page from Cormoran's book. It's just that b5 is slightly annoying. A4, e6. What if I just played like a5, bishop b4? Even that's interesting. a4, e6, a5, bishop b4, bishop d2, take, knight takes a4, bishop takes g7 with advantage to white. He could probably play a5 if a4, but he'll never get in. I mean, I guess I'm gonna screw it, you know. I'll let him play b5 if he wants to. It might end up weakening his position. I can also play a4 to break the chain. So this move seems a little bit like closer to the vest. Too much of calculation. I just want to try to give everybody a little bit of an insight into what a master thinks about when they're playing. Now, white is slightly better. What would Nefedov do? Maybe it's a little too modest, my play here. It's a lot too modest. Feels like. Now we gotta go for it. If I don't play it, I mean, we're not gonna get anything. Yeah. But I gotta get something going. Great judgment by Asmir, though. He's totally okay here. I probably should have played bishop c4. He would have played bishop e6 anyway. Again, this is excellent judgment by black, I have to say. Cormoran influenced me with that earlier game in the Mora to do this nonsense chess. Guess I ought to think about castling maybe, instead of losing my mind altogether. Still, it's interesting. You made me do this, Cormoran. You put that seed of that idea. Once I lost to Sergei Kudrin, which is a regular habit for me, certain players have a very good score against me. Kudrin is one of them. And this sort of had my number. But it was like a Accelerated Dragon. There's a line in the Accelerated Dragon where the same thing happens. Black can go into an ending. I had 2 games. One against Kudrin, where I be careful. Where I lost, and one against like an IM. He's now a GM, Anka Emil. But I drew against the weaker of the 2. Sort of thankless endgame style position. The variation where you avoid the Marazzi. Yeah, I guess that's what we're talking about, right? E4, C5, knight F3, knight C6, D4, CD, knight takes D4, knight F6, no, sorry, knight takes D4, G6. Now I'm confused. Don't make me think. I guess, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Exactly, move 11. So that's just this. Something similar to this. Sort of bad, but playable. That's what it should be. But now Osmir's is kind of running out of counterplay. There's no sort of H4? Why do I want to play H4? How can I break down like Black's position? Acerbate B4. B4, B5? Bishop A6 mate. How do you feel about Bishop A6 mate? Black is a little tied up at the moment. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a tall order. Avoiding the Marazzi. Not sure if that's humanly possible. What is my last move about? I'm drunk. It's freaking raining. I have to close the windows. Hold on, guys. We'll make it. We have this sort of biblical thing going on in this region where it's raining every day for like 10 days straight. Not really sure why. It's never too late to wait. You heard it here first. Osmir is just playing a great game. He's 45-1 against me. Difficult to believe. Extremely difficult to believe. How's my bishop doing? Indirectly supported. Tense position. He's starting to lose the thread. No, I play better after drinking. I haven't had enough alcohol. It's diminishing returns. I did study economics. I never got a degree in economics, but I did study it for 2.5 years. Rook e8 is just, you know, he has to play rook g8 as horrible as that is here. Just losing an exchange. My economics degree is still waiting to be captured. Science is a bit much. Stay away from the chalupa. Anybody remember the old Taco Bell commercials? That doesn't make sense. 2 for 1. So Osmir's just sort of melted down. The Egyptian School of Time Management, which I've referred to many times. Keep the pressure on them and they will make a mistake. That's been my philosophy for forever. Alright, so we got 2 ongoing games. Alms versus Cormoran. Huge battle. These guys are like both strong. Alms is like, whew, wow, nice endgame. Wow. Material isn't everything. Nice defense by Alms, though. Jeez, this is... Don't know what's happening here. Cormoran has 4 minutes, and I don't know how to call it. I mean, it looks like White's pawns are awesome, but the last move sort of makes you wonder who's really better here. Alms has those outside pawns at the end of the day. Your position wasn't that great. But you need to take time. More time. Playing too fast. You can't take it with you. Thinking that Alms is better. But I don't know by how much margin, you know, objectively. Maybe he's not really better. These pawns, I mean, how are these pawns, you know, when and how are they going to go down the board and become queens? And, like, rook pawns are not the greatest in the first place. I guess he's not better. At the end of the day, material is for kids. You know, it's the most childish concept in chess and the most overrated. When we learn how to play chess, we learn that, you know, he who takes the most stuff wins. But that doesn't really hold at the master level. It's probably a draw, I'm guessing, this ending. All rooking games are draws. Looks like a draw. I'll bet you. I mean, I'm not betting it will be a draw. I'm just saying, like, I think if you analyze it with an engine, it would be a draw at that point when I called it now. It's getting more unclear. Cormoran is playing for the win. rather than, say, trying to hold. He could have played more conservatively. That's a really psycho move, right? I wouldn't have even considered it. Rook g8. Extremely ambitious. Like, I don't want to just get behind your passed pawn. I want to get another pawn too. What? It's like mental. Nah, he's sort of panicked. Looks like he's losing. His e-pawn's not fast enough. I mean, normally Cormoran is good, but I think here, you know, he's like being like my last opponent, just not using his time. Maybe he didn't realize how good his position was. You know, that's commonly something we don't see. You know, or think about what happened behind the scenes. Cormorant didn't know how good his endgame really was. I think at the end of the day, if you want to know the truth about this position, he didn't realize maybe that he was fine. I'm gonna bet like he was fine, and he just sort of like didn't understand exactly what to do. You thought you were winning. I thought you didn't know what you were doing there. It just miscounted. I think you were fine though. You played some very aggressive moves. You could have been more conservative. You were overconfident then. You have more time. You need to make sure, you know. Yeah, alms there. Right with me. I didn't catch the opening. That game. We got one more Morales. Morales is having a bad night. Yeah, that's just classic. Over. The over variation. That's like overkill. You don't even need to cut off his king. It's just like me. It's almost just mean to play rook d5. That's like sadistic. Just play like g6 is enough. Okay, it's good to be on the safe side. You certainly didn't lose any ground by playing rook d5. Danish Gambit declined. The Danish Gambit declined. We'll have to ask someone on sound. I don't know if he's here. He's the expert. We have a resident expert on the Danish Gambit, Cormoran. He knows everything. Not too many people around, you know, even masters. There's like one like Grandmaster game of all time in Danish Gambit, I think. It's an underrated opening. If someone on sound will tell you. The thing with like where you sack the queen and then get it back. Okay, clearly this is over. A rook pawn would be interesting because you have to have the rook pawn cut off by 4 files. So even if it was a rook pawn, Morales is winning. With like rook d8, rook g8, rook g7, king g8, and walk away. I love this move. Horrible move, by the way. Rook a4. Doesn't matter. Maybe it wasn't horrible. If it works, it works. Draw. Oh my god. No way. Oh no. He had that. I've never seen it draw like that before. That would be a new one. If you could draw that position down a queen. Rook g7. I didn't see that part. I don't know about your guys' game. I thought the endgame, the rook endgame with Amsen and Cormoran was very interesting, actually. I'd like to look at that. maybe my own personal time. Guys, thanks for joining me with the Pawnda, and wrapping up this tournament here. Another round or two. Alright, back to tournament. Pawnda wrapped Swiss. I'm in first place, tied with Oms. Cormoran drops to 3.5. Etez came in late, so fortunately he's not going to be able to do any damage. Though we're looking forward to him crushing everyone next week. Testosterone, also a late comer. I want to see a Testosterone versus Etez match next round. The battle of the undefeated perfect scorers. The only perfect scorers in the field today. Alright, Ayeste Asmir. What is it with the A names? Jesus Christ. There's 6 out of 10 people in the top 10 who have A that start their name. How is that even possible? What is the statistical chance? 25 letters in the alphabet, and 6 of them of the top 10 are A names. It's just weird. It's like very low statistical chance of that happening by chance. Testosterone. Not to be underestimated. Don't mess with me, man. Do you play the Grand Prix attack? You can never be too careful these days. Those people that do the Bishop B5 stuff, this is my anti-Morales move order. Haha, you can't play Bishop B5. See, he had that. That's why he's pausing now, because he wanted to play Bishop B5, Knight C6, Bishop B5. Not a new variation, but it's still very annoying. Thinking. H4. So, never faced that, I don't think. Psycho killer. I'm gonna do the Sarawon approach here. Although, you know, is it a better Grand Prix attack if you have H4? Maybe H6 is a bad move, because F4 is like an improved Grand Prix attack, actually. I have to admit, I've never faced this. Although I rarely use the G6 move order, it would never really be an issue. Interesting move by Testosterone. This is no time to be making me think, you know, about theory. You can always do H5. I mean, I've played E4, C5, Knight F3, G6, H4. Famously against the Copian, where I lost in like 20 moves. That was embarrassing, but stupid mistake. But here with an knight on C3 instead of F3, that's quite interesting. Don't make me use all my time in wonderment at your new theoretical idea. Totally valid, I think. Totally valid. I'm not saying it's a good move, but it's not bad for white. Not garbage. It doesn't go in the garbage bin. Knight H4, sorry, Knight F6, E5, Knight H5. Is white overextending? Knight F6, E5, Knight H5. It's a little too weird. No. Let's make a decision and stick with it. This is Morales' new system, for sure. Why do you have to give him new fodder? Dude, where did you find this move? I mean, come on. He thought for like 30 seconds and then comes up with H4. That really bothers me. That really bothers me. Ridiculous. What kind of nonsense is this? Last round. I'm like a deer in the headlights. I don't know what to do. H5 sucks. H6 sucks. And then anything else allows H5. Everything sucks. I feel like allowing H5 is probably the least sucky thing I can do in this position. We're just going to have to completely wing it. Now you can play bishop e5 anyway. Sort of stupid. Bishop e5. I can't wait to look this up and see that there's like GMs who have played h4 in this position. Of course, not a lot of strong players play the Grand Prix attack. Seriously. It's kind of a coffee house system. No. No, I'm not gonna do that. I could have played like bishop g7, I guess. Am I already in trouble? I have no idea. This was not what I planned when I woke up this morning. Getting crushed by Testosterone, who's got a perfect score in the tournament, is now going to crush me. I don't think h5 is that good for black, you know. It might end up being the best move, though. At least I resolutely, like, kind of control g4. I don't like this position. I've definitely not played the best. It's like muy dubioso, Antonio. I don't think I'm going to castle kingside in this game. We're going to try to do without that. It's not dubioso. My structure is bad with the Isolani. I had games like this in the other variation where I invented the move knight f6 against knight f3. I invented 2 knight f3 g6, h4 knight f6, e5 knight g4, which I played against Akopian. Akopian, excuse me. They're different. The real Akopian. The real one from Armenia. Well, the one that still represents Armenia. Not the fake one living in America. He's still a good player, but he's not as good as... He's not as good as Vladimir. Alright. Vlad. You don't want to get paired with Vlad Akopian in the first round of a tournament. Bad feeling. When you think you're going to get paired down, and you look at the wall chart, and you realize you're playing a 2700 player, that's not good. Slightly upsetting turn of events. Nothing like a long car ride right before your game with Akopian to sort of get you ready. That's why I hate playing strong players in the first round. That's why arenas suck and Swiss is better. That was a Swiss, actually. Introduce a theoretical novelty on move 3, which I had tested against strong players, and then lose in like 10 moves. It's embarrassing. Oh, yeah, Varushin played twice. Once, way back before he moved to the United States, in Spain, and we played again in a Maurice Ashley event. He can't beat me. There's a couple draws. Yeah, I really ought to bring my knight out. I don't know what I'm doing here. I was thinking about that. Those players who are grandmasters, who are not really better than me, There's a lot of them. But Kobian is an accomplished player now, I have to say. He surprised me. I never thought he would be, like 26, 75 or whatever he got to. He's a good player, but I never saw, like, mega talent there. We had 2 draws. Testosterone, though, is secret grandmaster. Varuzhin had bishop g5, king's Indian. He's always played, Nadanian was one of his trainers, and he taught him to play. Nadanian has a lot of interesting ideas. He taught Varuzhin to play the, like, bishop g5, Smyslov, king's Indian, so he played that against me once in Spain, and it was a draw. And the second time, he played a fianchetto, king's Indian. We had, like, a Soltis Kavalek system. So he's had white against me twice and only got 2 draws. But he seems kind of cocky. I don't know. He wasn't that way when he was younger. He got a little arrogant, it feels like. I think that the big rating made him kind of cocky. He's a great player, but, not like Vlad Akopian, who, he was the runner-up to Nispianu. No, sorry. Wait, I'm confused now. Yeah, when Nispianu... Nispianu won the World Championship Knockout Tournament? I'm thinking, no, they were like semi-finalists or something. It was like 1999 when the FIDE had the World Championship Knockout. Akopian was like semi-finalist. I thought that was pretty insane, That shows you how good that guy is. Ridiculously strong. H6. Well, Testosterone will have an easy way out of this. It's like playing God. He's 2061. He hasn't lost to me the last 2 games. I don't trust this position. White is just better. I don't know if you can take that pawn or not. Knight d5? Not a bad idea, maybe. Not a bad idea. Queen a5. Okay, castles queenside, obviously the move. Are you serious? Testosterone? Really? You could take all those players like Jesse Cry, Varuzhin, Arena Crush, Brian Smith. Have any of them ever beat me? Let me know. Dude, Testosterone, you're just too strong. Jesus Christ. What am I gonna do? This is outrageous. I can't wait to analyze this game after, see how I lost. So maybe he loses on time. Oms is going to win for sure. He's unstoppable. If I don't win this game, I can't win the tournament. It's just a foregone conclusion. Oms wins like every game he plays. If it's not against me. I'm a pessimist by nature. Actually, there was a good quote about that. Was it not the tournament? What was the tournament quote? We didn't announce it. You know, if you watch my stream, that I'm an extremely pessimistic player by nature, but this is ridiculous. I mean, seriously? I mean, White couldn't play a more perfect game. Every single move. Maybe I can hold on with Bishop G5. Try to draw this. I get an endgame. I thought it was like a perfect game by White until there. The beat just goes on and on. Did he make a mistake? Difficult to say. I don't see any mistakes. Still has the better structure. I mean, don't know about final position. I'm threatening F5. I'm actually winning. Felt like White played perfectly. He's got to be better here. I mean, yeah, he's like winning. 94. So all he has to do is 94 first. Just winning position. It was basically a perfect game. I mean, you couldn't play it any better until that last mistake. Computer thinks I should have played knight f6 first, but I don't know. This is just bad. I didn't see castle's queenside though. Now I'm too slow. Winning position. I'm lost in 10 moves. He played the computer move, h4. It's a computer move? It's a move, apparently. I don't know if it's a computer move. Carlson has played it. This is going to have to be analyzed. I did not even realize it was a serious move there. I never really seriously cared about that position. Normally I don't use that move order. Just for specific players like you. Yeah, I don't like h4, h5. I don't like doing that in general. I don't like it in the other line either. It's also recommended against knight f3. But that was just a winning position for White. First camel against Mr. Coffee. Mr. Coffee last game of the tournament. Mate. Nice job. Mr. Coffee with the violent end. Om's lost. He must have played his friend. Yeah. Om's invited his friend, and the only way to be polite when you invite someone to a new tournament is to welcome them. Etes. So if Etes had had one more or two more games, it might have been interesting. I would have given a draw. Yeah, I would have offered a draw if I had known that Oms was going to lose. Okay, guys, one ongoing game. Is that right, or is it over? It's over. It's not over till it's over, guys. Thanks for playing. It's already 9 o'clock. Thanks, guys. I want to remind everybody before I announce the end of the tournament here, that next Tuesday, we're doing this anyway. I'm still hosting my Blitz tournaments, but it'll be Blitz next week. But we're hosting a streamer battle. Let me just toss the link in here. I mean, this is the Pawnda and Horses Club, but I'm going to toss the link to this. It's 3-0. Just for fun. I don't normally do 3-0 on the stream, but this is what they want to do. So I'm gonna be, you know, in trouble. But here's the stream for next Tuesday afternoon. Pawn and Horses Club, Colin Chess Army, Mersitza and Friends, The Tranquilizers, Cookie Monsters, and Diana's Darlings. So we got the most players so far? Is that right? Is that why I have 5? It's a long castle. 5 players in the team thus far? Oh, I didn't notice it's casual. Oh, that's good. I can play 3-0 if I'm not commentating the games. You know, that's my problem. That's my fastest time control. But I can't really commentate at 3+0. So, Astrobate, you're a natural. So we're going to do this next week in the afternoon. I don't think it's the optimal time. Maybe next time I can convince them to do it in the evening. I would prefer to host a mega battle team arena like in the evening when people. It's like hosting a poker game in the afternoon. Like, who does that? You know. But it's chess, not poker. So whatever. We'll do it in the afternoon. Streamer mega battle with those guys, and that's next week on the 23rd of June. But going back to our tournament here. Tonight's tournament, the Pawnda Swiss, rapid. Thanks to Testosterone generously folding up his tent in the last game. I was lost. That was probably the only game where I've had a lost position in this tournament. Alms was dodgy, but I was probably not lost. But against that last game, I guess I sort of ran out of gas. But you surprised me with H4. Alms, very good result. He finally lost to his friend. Etez Cormoran, as always, very dangerous. Etez perfect score. Morales battling back. Aldisto had kind of an off night. Testosterone should have had a perfect score. Osmir's battled tough. Ayeste fighting, and Amoeboid in 10th place. We had a total of 20 players. Thanks everybody for joining. Again, we're going to be back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. CEST here with Weird Wednesday, Unusual Openings, Blitz, and Rapid Chess. Thanks everybody for watching. And don't forget we have a YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. If you missed the stream, you can watch the reruns over there. What else? Other announcements? Pawnda would like to just say thank you to everybody. He's got his tennis outfit on. Hey, don't forget, eat your carrots. No, just kidding. Bamboo. Anyway, guys, we'll see you later. Have a great night. Thanks for playing. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.